Welcome to Vancouver Carpenter. Today I'm going to teach you guys how to put tape underneath your baseboard in preparation for painting. So I'm just using simple 1.5" blue tape. This is just, the Scotch Blue Original. Smells kind of like candy. The one thing you want to make sure of is that you have a putty knife that's wider than the roll of tape. So in this case I have a 3-inch putty knife, and you're going to see how this really smooths up the installation process. The first thing you want to do is make sure that you've vacuumed and it's nice and clean. I mean, that you've vacuumed. That's what we did. We didn't really vacuum, we just vacuumed. Okay, so I'm going to start with getting a piece that's a little bit longer than this space right here. Now, here's the trick, is that when I'm not trying to push it under right now like this, what I'm doing is I'm pushing it up to it and a little bit past. So you can see how it's kind of folding up like that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to force it under so that I know I'm getting like a good 1/8 of an inch. Again, like a good 1/8 of an inch, but not exactly. Man, the way us millennials talk, huh? What happened to us? Like. It only means one thing. It's comparing. Well, and if you like something. Okay, so you can see that's tucked nicely under there, and when I paint here, I'm not going to get any paint on this carpet. Just going to freehand rip a little piece off there, plonk her down there. Tape is definitely feminine, you guys should know this. And again, I'm going to use my putty knife to force this under. So now we've got a nice barrier there. And I'm going to try and slip this under that part of the door jamb right there. And there. I'm happy with that. So the key here is when you're painting this, the tape is a last resort. What you don't want is to be relying on the tape. Slop the paint down, get a whole bunch in there, and be relying on the tape to stop the paint from going under. You should be gently brushing down and pulling back up so that you just get little bits of paint on here, but you're not actually it's not like you're trying to fill a gap with paint. Okay, now we have a longer stretch that's got a bit of a curve in it. We're not going to worry too much about that. So I'm going to get my piece. I'm just going to run it wild here. So it's longer than what I've got here. I'm going to put it about a 1/4 inch over back here towards this other baseboard so that it underlaps. And then again, I'm kind of making this so that it's about a 1/4 inch up this. So as you can see, there's quite a bit that's overhanging. And now I'm really going to take this knife and I'm going to push down with my fingers and this at the same time and gently fold this in. So I'm being careful not to tear the actual tape with my knife. So I'm not pushing so hard. It takes a bit to get the hang of just the right push so that you're not tearing the tape. But once you get it, and it's under there, and no paint's getting in there. And we're just going to carry on down the line doing the same thing. The corners are the hardest to not rip the tape. And when you really know you've got it is when you can slide your knife under here. And this back corner back here, tuck that under. So now that's done, that whole stretch. Once you get to a long stretch, well, I treat it pretty much the same as this short one. So I don't go more than 3 feet at a time. It's an easy reach. I'm just going to overlap slightly onto this other one, and it's just wash, rinse, repeat. Same thing, you guys. Get about roughly a 1/4 inch overlap, and it'll take you a little bit to get the feel of it, but then it actually gets pretty easy. And sometimes you get spots where the baseboard's been pushed down so tight it just doesn't want to go, and then you might need to, sometimes you might need to even pull the tape out and try again and go for less underlap, maybe like an 1/8 of an inch or something, because the tighter the baseboard's been put down, the harder it is to get the tape underneath. But it's worth your effort because have you ever tried cleaning dried paint off a carpet? you can't. So this may seem time consuming, but it is time well spent in my opinion. We'll do one more just so you guys can really get the idea of this. And you know, experiment. Also, let me know in the comments how you guys do it. What works best for you? I know some people just use those trim shields or trim guards, I don't know. Those metal things that you stuff under here temporarily while you cut in. And that works too. I've never actually used one except for small bits. But, I mean, they wouldn't sell them if they didn't work. Be interesting to do a time comparison, which one takes longer. Because they're not just as easy as you would think. I don't think you can just pick one up and try and use it without any instruction. So you see, I kind of worked my way along, like I push down with my fingers and I follow up with the knife. And so it actually works pretty easily. And this one was hard. The baseboard was pushed down real hard, but I'm happy. I got that tape all the way under. That's all it is. I'm not gonna drag this video out, you guys. I might drag the ending out, but you can stop watching now if you found this useful. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope this helps you not get any paint on your carpet. Hope your project's going well, and thanks for watching Vancouver Car Painter. This is definitely the part where I should turn the camera off and stop watching. And it's probably the part where a lot of dudes start telling you to subscribe and like and doing all that stuff. And you know why I don't do that? Because everyone else is already telling you to do that. I mean, you know. So do whatever you want, dude.